Hi, I'm Indiephase. This is my pretty much first video ever. I hope to at least get this up in the first try. And as you might see in the background, I'm going to be playing a game called Conquest of Elysium, or Elysium, or something of that nature. It is a sort of strategy game in a similar view to Civilization to a certain extent, with a little bit less building elements, more fighting. So I guess I'll just jump in and show you guys a quick game. Well, maybe a quick game. It sometimes can last a while. I'll show you how about a starting of a game. I like the huge maps. I usually leave the society in random. This can change how many villages and cities and all that stuff that you can have. And this is mostly just for online stuff. Although this game I don't think has any online multiplayer, so that is a minus. So let's see, I really wish can I change my color? Shoot. I didn't even know I could play. Oh, I guess I just never have had teams. And I'm playing on the second to lowest difficulty because the AI is actually pretty good at kicking the hell out of you if, you get a bad draw, because it is kind of based on luck. This is the current classes as of now. They have a whole big info thing on them for every single one. So let's just do the Baron. The Baron, so it gives you a big long speech. The frontiers of human realm are defended by the landowners known as the Barons. So basically it's just a story about the Barons, and they all have their own little thing. Like they have the Dwarf Queen, so Dwarf Queen has the same thing. But yeah, I'll play as a, let's see, what have I not played in a while? I'll play as the High Cultist. The High Cultists are your Cthulhu type of things. They like the Star Spawn. It's a different name, pretty much as Cthulhu. It just changed to the Great Old Ones instead. But they're fun. They summon different enemies and whatnot, and I'll leave the other two guys on random because they're AI and I don't really care what they are. Sure, that's probably gonna kick the hell out of them. Let's name them Indiephase. Why not? See how badly my name gets kicked the hell out of on the first video. So, when you first start the game, it'll give you a couple messages, usually some sort of recruitment offer. Of course, at the beginning of the game, considering they each cost gold and some amount of metal usually, you don't have very much. And that's usually because you start off with your main village, so this is your main town, plus, oh actually this is a good town, and then some sort of farm or gallows is what the necromancers have. It's different depending on which race you're playing. So here's a mine here. So there's basically, for every race there's different resources. For the sacrifices, for the cultists, but there are two main resources that every race has. They have gold, which is your basic race. It allows you, or basic resource, and allows you to buy normal units, like in here. And also iron, which allows you to do, oh shoot, yeah, it tells you the income. And apparently there's trade, which I'm pretty sure that just gives you extra gold, but not sure. But anyway, so iron is more used for the heavier units, so the swordsmen are better than the spearmen, at least apparently. I've always liked crossbowmen deal a ton more damage than archers. However, see, 1d4 and 1 to 8 instead. However, the crossbows can only fire every other turn because they have to reload each time. These guys have a shield, so they have a little bit of little introduction, basically, or abilities that each unit has or doesn't have, depending on the unit. So like a swordsman has a little shield. You can go and right click on it and it tells you what exactly the shield does. And the archers don't have anything because they're archers, although archers also have a short sword. Look at that. And catapults are more used for attacking areas, I think, anyway. Yeah, for only attacking or defending forts. So these ones are really only useful when you're defending stuff or attacking a fort. So let's get on with it. So here's my guy, the main High Cultist, Indiephase, me. and he has certain spells which you can switch out. And let's see, mental overload, confusion, I like that. Meteor, throwing meteors at enemies is always fun. Paralyze, that's always useful. Luck, and luck is useful as well, but I'm gonna stick with it. He's also amphibian because he is a high cultist, which is basically makes him a half Cthulhu. A star spawn is what they're called. And then this guy's just a cultist of the deep, so he's just a normal guy. He's a normal guy and he's following crazy people. Yep, not fun. But these guys have special ability, as I will show you in one moment. Let's see. Player, oh no, that's not it. Class description. The High Cultist gains hybrids from all coastal settlements. So basically, this guy, if he has any villages on the coast at all, they will slowly spawn something called, well, basically that. They summon these horror things, these Cthulhu-ish things, which basically go and slowly build up armies and then start eating people, and it's kind of fun. These guys can also summon, what is it, great deep ones, which are basically super powerful Cthulhu-like beings which kind of just eat everything. Can I enter the square? Oh. Ooh, an iron mine. In the guard tower. So you can see what all the units have at the bottom, as you can see as I can mouse over it. You can't move down the mouse to show you guys, but you should be able to see it from there. And it just tells you what they have. If you can see, some units have stealth, which allows them to not allow you to see them until your units walk on. So I don't really have, well, yeah, I have enough forces to attack these guys. So I'm going to send my main commander to go and attack this iron mine, which has, as you can right click on it, and shows you exactly what the units have. So they have 3 spearmen, and then 3 bowmen in the back line, plus a commander, the captain. Most units have a commander of some form or another if it's an enemy army. If you do not have a commander, your units cease movement because they cannot move without a commander. Don't ask me why, because that's kind of annoying. Well, let's attack. So I'm going to left click on these guys, and it's going to show up with a little battle symbol. And if I right click, it shows me my units. So I'm down here because I'm attacking, and then their units up there because they're defending. So when the battle commences, when I hit end turn, for this turn to end, it will go to this. It will say there's a battle here, or I think it's, what is it? Indiephase is attacking Independence, and he will go, and they'll do their attack phase. So these 3 spearmen will stab my spearmen, and their archers will shoot at my guys. And then whoever's left over here will attack back. So the spearmen, whoever's left in the spearmen line, most likely not going to be very many, will stab back, and the crossbow will shoot, and then he'll probably cast a spell. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that because I have nothing else to do. So end turn. So see, it says Indiephase is attacking Independence, who are pretty much anyone who is not part of another party. So they get to fire. One of my guys get knocked to bits. And there's the mind overload, or mental overload, which makes that guy get confused. And that's actually quite nice. So that guy might accidentally stab his buddies. Oh, that guy got paralyzed. I might actually lose this fight. That's not so great. I'm going to just turn up the speed a little bit. Oh, not. We're good. Just archers. Archers are never very good in melee. So they got their little daggers, or short swords. So now I have this iron mine, which gives me 2 gold, as you can see on the bottom, and also 2 metal. So my iron is going up now. So let's see. So let's continue, I suppose. So ooh, a farm. Oh, yeah. Sometimes forests and mountains will slow your men down if they're not used to moving in it. And there goes one of the champions, as this game can go pretty fast if you screw up massively or your opponents screw up massively. Depends on entirely on how the game goes, considering that sometimes can happen to you as well, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't think this game's gonna last very long. My commander's almost dead. He's like going around with just 4 guys. Or 3 guys, I think, at this point. Yeah, it's 3 guys, and then him. So winter, it does have a seasons phase. and it goes through 3 turns per season, so 3 for spring, 3 for summer, etc. And in the winter, you don't get as much gold per month. Metal is unaffected, thankfully. So if you're playing a heavy metal race, as there are many, then you don't have that be affected, which is quite nice. And there's a troll. That's a big stompy creature. Trolls are quite tough, and they also have regeneration, which makes them that much more annoying to kill, as they heal a certain amount per turn. Yeah, 1/10 of its hit points. As the Troll King, you can pretty much sit there and fight an entire army and continue living anyway. So, but these guys, so now as I think it's already late. No, it's only midwinter now. So now it's midwinter, and then on next turn it will be late winter. And winter, all the lakes that you can, well, all the lakes on the map, all freeze over. If a unit's standing on a lake and can't move when it hits late winter, the second you click end turn, that unit dies instantly unless it's aquatic or it's amphibious, as that guy is. So if this guy was standing on a frozen lake right now, he would be the only one to live because he has that amphibian ability, considering he can enter water squares. However, all of his soldiers would die because they can't swim, so they would be dead. So that would be kind of sad. And that's a little dwarven thing. Dwarves, unfortunately, while I am equal in number, they do have a unfortunate advantage in being that they're really annoyingly strong. Here they are. These are the hybrid peasants. These guys are Cthulhu in nature, and they can swim underwater and whatnot. And that makes them quite invaluable when it comes to attacking people from the water. Considering most these maps are usually big, huge islands, or big, huge continents with a giant ocean all around them. As I haven't seen any maps other than that, but I haven't played this game a whole ton, so they might be there, but I've never seen them. Oh shoot! And there goes my commander, I think. Oh, nope. Saved him with a couple meteors. Good job, buddy. We're gonna head back and see if we can transfer units. Oh, it's just those guys. But each guy, so each race has usually their commander has some form of special powers, just for being a commander. The minor commanders, like Mr. Sugarthor, the Cultist of the Deep here, also has spells, and he can also use his special powers as well. And so he has Call of the Deep, which summons a beast from the deep, ironically enough. And this guy also has it. If some races, the main commander, such as the High Cultist, here, he doesn't have it because these guys don't. But sometimes you'll have a fourth option or a fifth option or an entire list of options depending on the race. Like the enchanters have a gigantic list of things that they can create. However, on the first turn, or even, like, it's been a while now, it's year 0 still, but it's turns are continuing, and they can have a ceremony or something of mastery, which allows them to go up to the next level of their skills. So this guy's just a Cultist of the Deep right now. If you go and use your 50 sacrifices, which is his blood thing, and do the ceremony of mastery, then he'll go up to where this guy is right now, and he'll become a High Cultist. And that will give him his magic powers, and most wizards have a different amount of magic depending on what they are. It's random for spells except for race stuff, so these guys have meteor and stuff that other races aren't going to have, or have a spell that's a different name underneath the same thing. So now that I have about 70 gold, I can recruit some guys from my thing. You can recruit them only from your basically capital villages. So this is towns, old castles, in this case deserted town, as these guys have successfully killed everyone in it and taken it over. But so all these people are all now crazy, and they like being killed for Cthulhu purposes, or the Great Old One's purposes. So I'm gonna wait one more turn and then show you Call of the Deep, and then I think I'm going to end this for now. So let's use Call of the Deep, and it summons a Shambler Prince, and these guys have the unfortunate problem of if they fail their thing, so this guy is called from the deep, so this guy comes up from the ocean, and if the wizard casting or the cultist casting the spell screws up, it fails control, and this thing basically attacks your forces. So if you ever play as the cultists, just remember to have enough forces to deal with whatever you're going to be summoning, because he might just kill your commander and laugh hysterically at you, and that would really suck. Having a King of the Deep, which is one of the more powerful creatures that these guys can summon, attacking your forces is a frigging pain. If you're ever going to go for that, make sure you have a large army with you, or else you might get stomped on. And being stomped on by a giant stompy creature that really doesn't like your forces, it's not fun for your guys, it's not fun for your war effort. So, but I'm going to end it here and save it, and then I have a couple other games going on, so I'm going to save it under Indiephase, and then I'm going to sign off. So thanks for watching, and good night.